Hey, this Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family. As always, thank you so much for the love and support. It's truly, truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. If you feel like the videos are uplifting, give you good vibes that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through some trying times and just needs spiritual guidance or confirmation, validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give you a thumbs up, like, and also share the social media favorites wherever you see fit. As always, thank you so much for the love and support. It's truly appreciated, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the video I'm doing right now, the title is called Twin Flame 101 Heyokas. Face it, some folks stay bitter as you become better, but it's not your choice to help them switch them letters. It was like I was listening, it was like that song by Mckoy. It's like I'll Find You. I think that's what it's called, with Tori Kelly. I love that song. It's like, check stove. Video. Okay, I had to remind myself to do something. Oh yeah, but I was listening to that song. A lot of songs that come popping up in your head during different times, or whatever you may be going through something, and it'll be a song that universe is connecting with you. Whether it's in your mind or you just come past it. And I was like, Dad, I'm gonna make that into a video. And there's a lot of times where we connect with different people that you just rub the wrong way, and it doesn't even have to really be personally something you have done, but there's something about you that really can irritate somebody, and it's just that Heyoka charm. We already do stuff ass backwards, but it's just like, I always tell people, and I have to remind myself that as this too, because I used to always wonder why I always caught myself in the middle of drama growing up. My mom's like, why every time I feel like if you're not getting fired from a job, you're getting into it with somebody, or you don't beat somebody up, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. It's like, what are you doing? But it's just like when you get stronger within your gifts, not gift, but gifts, it's just your frequency is very potent towards people that are irritating the heck out of their demons of illusions or their lies. Your who you represent holds more weight than their facade or their persona. So there's a lot of times you just gonna deal with people that just don't want to see you grow. They don't want anything to make sure they don't want you getting better, or they feel like, they're gonna steal that shine or whatever. And it's just like, everybody got their lives to live, but nobody should try to dictate what people don't deserve and don't do deserve. That's just not your choice on doing. That's what God's there for, and these are those things where the more you tend to seek out. You probably have siblings that just come out of nowhere, just constantly judge, or you're into family connections where it's just straight toxic, different things like that. You gravitating towards that. And the good thing is that I can say is a blessing beyond all blessings to me, that it's like when you start attracting different people, it's like through your time of life. I used to attract a lot of toxic people, and it was very, very bad, very bad. And did not know. I'm like, why do I keep on attracting these type of people and not realizing some of the vibes that they carry is something that I need to acknowledge within myself. Because everybody you meet holds a truth, a mirror towards something in you that you have to acknowledge. And those are the things that just giving you that heads up on, hey, this is what needs to change into your life, and it's just, I'm glad that a lot of the people that I'm connecting to right now don't have, toxic attachments. I'm still just, working on disconnecting from the ones that I still have from my past, but just being able to see it now, just changing how I look at it. Because a lot of times it's all about how you choose to look at different things that needs your permission on closing within yourself, regardless on what other people's opinion is about your life. This is your life. You have that choice to decide what you want to do with it. And it's just like, I see the different things that I have to constantly deal with. If it's not in the immediate circle I have it out here on these social media platforms. And I had to be able to have thick skin while doing this. I tell people this is not easy to do, especially if you're doing it when it comes to your life experiences. You're putting yourself out there to be judged by many people. And I tell people, I see how certain people criticize other content creators for things. A lot of times if I don't feel a certain way, I try to be very careful about how I word things, because it's like, okay, you want to treat people like you want to be treated, and you say different things. So I just try my best. I had to work on not judging people, on different things, it may be different videos that come out like about celebrities and stuff like that. And I say, it's no judgment, but from an experience that I've had, especially when it does with the people with cheating and all that junk, I tell them they have to love themselves. You're not going to keep allowing yourself to keep going through that repetitive situation. The more you keep accepting, a lot of you, there's basically giving permission to disrespect you, and they don't have that respect, lose it. But I had to go through those different things on allowing myself to heal from certain things I had to stop doing. I wanted my life for better, regardless on what was surrounding me. It's just like, are you going to allow that to stop you? Because a lot of times universe will place us on that vibration, on that path where they always tell you, don't focus on the storm, but focus on God, focus on what you're trying to aim for. And they put those there to let you know, are you going to allow yourself to let that detour you off by the things that's coming, and then we get upset. How come I haven't got the things that God promised me, or the things that I'm working with? Have you allowed yourself to change how you view your life in the first place? That's the big question. Are you allowing yourself to still hold on to painful experiences and allowing yourself to use that attached to your person? A lot of times I didn't know that. I got offended when I had somebody tell me that. It's like, Roslynn, what do you pass that painful situation? I'm like, excuse me, because I was real pissed about it. But then it was just like, what? They were being honest, because I always attached myself to the situation that brought me here, and I was like, I'm not going to apologize for that, but I didn't realize I was attaching myself. It's like, who is Roslynn? Pain because of this and this and this and this and that. Not about that person is changing their life around for the better, but using that pain as a weight, a counterweight on allowing myself to become better. I don't want pain attached to my name. I don't want that kind of connection with me, but allowing myself to say, yeah, I went through this, but it's not even about where I came from, but who am I in the presence of my own presence. Your past is that very big teacher that you have to learn from. There's a lot of different things that comes up into your life, and they're telling you, hey, you're still holding on to this. And a lot of times I'm like, I disconnect. Why does ego keep wanting me to go there? It's not the fact that what ego wants to come there, but you allow that part of you to stay there, instead of allowing you to just close that door on that life. That's why it keeps coming up, because it's either that you have allowed yourself to keep allowing yourself to stay connected to that, or if it's coming up, it's like, did you learn that life lesson from that situation? Because a lot of times, like, dad, I wish I did, we had that resentment. It's like, man, if I turned back time and did this and this and this and that, I would have did it differently. But why would you want to, even if that could be a painful experience? That painful experience taught you a lot about yourself. It's taught you about the do's and don'ts into your life. I look at a lot of things different, to where I had to go on that hiatus of allowing myself to detach myself from a lot of painful experiences in my life. I was still holding on grudges to people that, has really did me wrong, even though I didn't do anything to them, that is, and I was like, why are you still allowing this to bother you when these people ain't even in your life anymore? Allow yourself to forgive that. But allow yourself to understand where the issue lied on the decisions you had that opened that door up to that situation. What can you not do? What do you do? And all these different things. And that's what universe wants us to be able to learn from. On those situations, we have different opponents in our lives that creates that challenge in our lives. We're all playing that part. You're the author of that book. There's going to be a villain. There's going to be a superhero. There's going to be a good and there's a bad. Everything has, it has a balance to it. And for me to be able to do that, you have these people in your lives. There's a lot of people I know, as well as myself. You're getting out of a toxic relationship. You're in connections of karmic cycles that needs to end. And a lot of times we're trying to run from that. It's like with me, I'm like, look, if this is the thing I got to keep dealing with, it's going to make me catch a charge or somebody going to end up in a body bag, I got to go, because I'm one of those type of people. I hold purpose to it with whole weights and fists. I ain't trying to do all that stuff anymore. I used to always fight myself out of different things, get into, WWF type situations. Now it's like, I'm using my energy on something that's going to, soar me, keep me up on that next level where I'm trying to get to. I'm not allowing myself to take energy there, but I allow myself to understand, you get anxious, you get aggravated when you're still in the same situation because there's certain people you don't want to be around anymore, or certain energies. But the only way you can be able to do that, what is it that you're still connecting with that universe is trying to tell you to stop connecting with? Stop allowing yourself to go down that route anymore. Use this as that beacon to get you, go on the next level. It's only you holding you back from you. I used to say, oh, people are, blocking my blessings and stuff like that. If something was supposed to be destined for you, it's going to happen regardless. Nobody can't block that. But it's just like they always tell you, the best way on how you tend to do things, if you want something good into your life, stop giving out information before it's in solid. You know what I'm saying? It's not in stone yet. Because you telling people, I had to learn that when I started my platform, because there was so many different things. It wasn't about rubbing it in somebody's face, or bragging about anything. You are happy about accomplishments that you're making into your life that you may not be used to. And just because that's your mindset and that's where your heart's at, it's not about rubbing in somebody's face that you got that. But an insecure person gonna say, I'm tired of them bragging all the time. Why does every time I hear about them, they got this and this, that going on? That's what a person is going around walking in wounds gonna say. If that's not the place you're coming from. But you're not responsible for their actions. You're only responsible for your own. It's all about the choices you tend to make on the experiences you're in. So it's just like being able to do that. I always had to tell people, especially if you're on this, and there's a lot of people that I connect with here. There are on their own social media platforms for people like Roslynn. You've been doing this for a while. What's the do's and don'ts? I always tell people, it depends on the content that you have. It takes a bold person. If you're a softie, and that's no disrespect towards somebody who's very timid, but it's just like, if you're doing something like I'm doing, you're doing motivational speaking, you're using your experience to not just help yourself, but help other people at the same time. There are going to be people that are really going to admire you for the things that you're doing. They're going to really admire you because you have that strength and bravery to do that. But there's also going to be a lot of people that are intimidated by you, and it's going to straight throw negative on your part. So you have to understand, you have to be open and know that's going to happen at times. And this type of, occupation, you have to have a very thick skin for. Because I've always had one, but I had to get even tougher when I started doing this. I had to allow myself to not get upset by the negative stuff that people say, or people are trying to say something about me because of my situation. I had to allow myself to not, I'm like, look, like I said before, I said, my experience is not, your opinion is not going to change what I went through, regardless on what you don't want to accept, what you choose to think, see, whatever. It's not going to change what I went through. I got receipts for my stuff. Yours is just your opinion. But when I allowed myself to look at different things in my life, I would feel that energy of where people are mad because I was allowing myself to progress. And you're going to deal with that. Especially if you're, a Heyoka, you have enemies out there. I don't know why. That vibration of what we have, we're all mirroring people. People we connect with mirror us in some kind of way. I used to be like, dang, certain times in my life, why are these people trying to piss me off? Certain times where they know it's a hard moment. I didn't know that. Yes, the hell you did. You're just trying to get off on seeing somebody hurt. And this is more about you and less about me, But now I can allow myself to see, girl, look how much stuff you've gone through. I'm that type of person that usually, if it's not moving the way I want to, it ain't moving fast enough, I walk out. I give up. My mom said there's so many blessings you're going to miss out on because you ain't allowing yourself to have faith and confidence in yourself by keep going. Just because it's not moving in that speed don't mean it's not going to eventually come out better than you ever imagined. It's just up to you how you choose to keep going. how you keep doing anything. That's the reason why I had to take off these few weeks for me to really understand where my hiccup is in my life. And when I can sit up here and say that, I mean, like, damn, it was hard because there was a lot of crying, there was a lot of cussing, a lot of wanting to fight myself and other people. And now I'm like, when I can say I'm so at peace, I can be at peace and not worry about crying, or it's something about being angry. Now if an emotion comes up where I'm crying, it's that good cry of, girl, you don't allow that baggage of pain to let go. That will make anybody emotional when you have gone through a vibration like that for so long. Because you're reprogramming yourself. I tell people a lot of time, our pain, our anguish, anything negative, we have became accustomed to that. That was our ace boom coon. And now you're having to restart yourself by detaching that from yourself. That's not the easiest walk in the park to do because you were so used to that type of life. Now it's like, when it comes up, let it go. Why do you keep allowing yourself to go to that road when you done tried your hardest to heal on it? Anytime that situation comes up or certain situations come up, it rubs you the wrong way. Say, thank you, but I don't need this in my life anymore. I'm not attaching myself to that frequency. I overcome that. Allow myself to think about something that I actually love, that makes me laugh, or, makes me, feel good about different things that happen in my life. I'm allowing myself to not attach myself to that tragedy anymore. And that's a good thing that, universe is wanting us to do. That's why a lot of people are like, why do I have to, go in solitude? I hate that. Why do I feel so lonely? You have to understand there's a big difference for being alone and lonely, because it's just like, if you're feeling that there's nobody around, this and this and that, universe does that because that's where universe can really talk to you, when you ain't got people around, and a lot of times we connect with different people, or a lot of people, because we want to avoid what we really need to allow ourselves to face at that time. That's the reason why we had the quarantine, the lockdown. It makes you deal with the issues that people carry in a relationship, not just with your children, not just with your spouses or partners, it's with yourself. And you have to be able to do that. And there's so much changes that are going on in your life. There may be different things where you're still being impacted by certain things that you have gone through in your life. And that's okay. When you're honest, allowing yourself to say, you know what, I'm still dealing with, but I'm applying that towards my daily, routine on how am I going to heal this? Whatever was a stagger yesterday, I'm applying it towards myself to keep it solid today. Now allowing that certain situation or that certain person or a certain memory or a certain, like anything that was a trigger mechanism for you. We do that, what is that, coping mechanism. You're trying to heal and allow yourself to understand this is created for me to be able to find the self in me that has not been connected with me for a long time. This is a part of me I had to acknowledge. I had to get to the core of that. I had to allow myself to dive deep and do that. And the devil don't want you to do that. There's going to be a lot of bitter people around you. And it's just like, now you have done so much of a clearance. History is going to start repeating itself with you. And that means people from the past, whether it was a toxic vibration or they just peeled off like, hey, y'all had your connection, now it's time to go. Or they did something that rubbed you the wrong way and they left and then they're coming back. Because a lot of times it's like, are you going to reopen this door? Is this going to be an investment, or this is going to throw you back like 10 spaces? If they're out your life, they're out your life for a reason. But there's a lot of time people are very vindictive. They, because they feel like they don't want nobody to have a come up. If it ain't them, they don't want it to happen for you. So you have to understand, hey, God bless you, thank you, and goodbye. You don't have to bring them back into your life. There's times I didn't want to disconnect from people, but you start getting shifty with me, I'm going to feel it. And I don't care what you try to do. I'm going to feel it. And I tell people, you play that dumb role with me if you want to. There's people to connect with me, that know my gift. If I can sit up here and tell you about what happened in your life personally, and there's no way of me possibly knowing that, what makes you think I won't sniff you out on being fake? Or you being somebody that you claim you're not, just to try to block me in some kind of way? Don't play me like that. I say I'm healing, not healed. Don't play with me like that. and those are the things you are going to go through, because there's always an opponent into your life. Everybody has a part playing in your life where you're trying to create better for your life. And there's going to be some culture vultures that are going to try to make sure that does not happen for you. You're going to have constant challenges from that. People trying to be your friend that really is not. I've had people in my life asking certain things or dissecting me in certain kind of ways to see where they can stop in my life to where they can block something for me. Or, you're making a dummy account to come next to me, or you trying to see what you can place on me. How people put voodoo on your pictures and junk like that. All those different things. Those are your constant challenges you're going to put up with, because these are the things that is going to make you to create better for your life. You're going to see different things. You're going to appreciate those setbacks. You're going to appreciate those things that really messed you up. You may not see that as now, but when you get where you are, when I'm not even out my situation, but when I can allow myself to look back and it's like, dang, I appreciate those people being trifled with me like that. Or I appreciate people that claiming to be my friends, and then next thing you know, they know about my situation. And then, that was their replay on how to get back with me after I helped them. They want to block me on my situation because they want better for them and not better for me, And those are the things, I used to get very angry about. Like, I have put certain things aside to help you out, and this is what you do. And my situation, and I used to get very pissed off at people. I'm like, what if that shoe was on the other foot? How would you react if I did that? People could never answer me on those situations because it's like, that's not me. But, it is what it is. People can go through stuff like that. But just being able to know you're becoming in a better place, you're structuring yourself. If you're taking that time on the daily to say, whatever my sore spot or my sensitive issue is, allow myself to really go there so I can fix this, so I ain't got to keep going down that road, or allowing myself to see where my issue is just on who I connect with. And you'll know those situations change, because a lot of time we get aggravated because we're in that same chapter in our lives. And a lot of times that starting over is like, wait a minute, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do it. But there's a lot of times that's a good thing, because then there's certain things you may have overlooked, or there's certain things that's going to be very helpful for you somewhere down that line. So those are the things you'll be able to appreciate. So if you get it this last time, you good. You all the way halfway out the door. Now you can close that door, but then you can look back and say, you know what, my trauma, my pain, the people I choose to connect with, the people I choose to entertain, the things on myself I choose to entertain. This done taught me so much. It done helped me heal so much. So if certain situations that get away, that's why I always tell you, don't never resent a certain person. Don't ever resent a certain chapter in your life, because when you want to go back and reset, you're going to take away all that wisdom that you learned. You're taking away all those situations that taught you something that you're going to need somewhere down the line. Because you got one of those bogus ass friends that, that's just trying to, mooch or block or, whatever. When you start, if you make closure to certain things and that person got that energy, remind you of something like, oh, so you nip it in the bud right then and there. You ain't got to worry about, because a lot of times your gut is telling you, hey, stop talking to that person. Hey, break that cord. Hey, leave that person alone. And sometimes I'm like, no, I see their light. Empaths do that. We always trying to, it's, angels and stuff like that. After they finished with us for a week or a month, they probably got their own coping mechanisms about what they doing, probably drinking, smoking, rolling up a blunt, doing something, something like that. But this is that at that time where you can't heal anybody. Everybody is there to give you a seed where you have to nourish that. You go down in the ground, you place it in there, you talk to it, you water it, you give that sun, that actual TLC, because you're at that point of blooming. This is your blooming system. There's some people in your life or people around you that is just going to choose to be bitter. But that's not your choice to help them switch them letters. That's their choice. They want to do that. There's some people that don't want to do that because that takes a lot of truth. And some folks don't want to do that. But that's not your choice. You can just send prayers towards that person and wish the best for them. And I always tell people, regardless if they're still in my life or not. And it's just like, just because you lost a friend, you didn't gain an enemy. But whatever you are facing right now, and I tell anybody that, whatever you're facing right now, I hope it leads you to so much better. You know, I will even tell my enemy, I want you to become better, but it's just the point. You have to want you to become better. I can't force you to do that. That's up to you. But I hope you are able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. Like I said, I really did miss y'all, but I had to take this time where I needed all my attention for me so I can come back and be, you know, connected with y'all. So I'm getting ready to start this chat in like 2 or 3 minutes. So hopefully we'll be able to connect. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop a line, drop a comment. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're doing with me. I'll leave all my contact information in the description box below in case you would rather talk to me one-on-one, which I do a lot with a lot of people. It's just spiritual networking and help you with your purpose, or there's certain things that you may want my insight on or your opinion on whatever is taking place. Not you, like I said, it's all confidential, so I try to help you out the best way I can. But I hope you have a blessed weekend. Whatever you're trying to manifest into your life, I hope it comes so much bigger and better than you ever imagined, and it comes sooner than you ever expected. And even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know, all those things can really take you a long way. And I will see you on my next one. You know, you'll see me on my next one. Much love to you. Peace.